Brazil is a country located in South America. It's a country with continental dimensions. To have an idea of how big it is, you can fit around 90 Hungaries inside Brazil, and the population is about 20 times bigger than the Hungarian one. Brazil was discovered in 1500 by the Portuguese. That's why the language spoken is Portuguese. Most people think that São Paulo is the capital of Brazil, but it has never been it. The first capital was Salvador, then Rio de Janeiro, and finally Brasilia. To make it easy, you can compare São Paulo to New York and Brasilia to Washington DC. Although it has a huge extension, the population is not very well distributed. You can find places as the southeast region that are much more populous than regions like the north one that actually is bigger. Before being discovered, Brazil was inhabited by its native population. With the arrival of Portuguese people, many things changed. Some European countries also contributed to build the Brazilian culture, as of the Dutch, the Spanish, the Italians, and the Germans. Africa also has a huge influence in our culture, due to the slaves from the slavery period. Because of the country extension and multicultural history, you can find different habits in different regions. Brazil is divided in five political regions: North, South, Northeast, Southeast, and Midwest. In the North region, you can find a lot of influence from the native people. This place has a huge preserved green area, including most of the Amazon rainforest, where you can find rare kind of plants and animals. There are some places where you can only reach by plane or boat. However, there are many developed cities like Manaus and Belém. In the Midwest region, you can find the capital of Brazil, Brasilia. Brasilia was built to be the capital of the country, therefore is a planned city. It shapes like an airplane when you look it from upside down. You can also find some beautiful tourist cities like Bonito and Caldas Novas. The Pantanal region is an area full of native plants and wild animals. The South region received a lot of influence from the Italians and Germans. It is the coldest region of the country. Sometimes the temperature reaches negative degrees and it's possible to witness snowing days. There are some tourist cities like Gramado and Canela, which are known by the Christmas holiday and the Gramado festival. The Southeast region is the most populated one. It is the most economic active region as well, including cities like São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. São Paulo is known for its culture and for holding the biggest companies of the country. Rio de Janeiro possesses the most known tourist places in Brazil, like Cristo Redentor, Copacabana, and Pão de Açúcar. Another state from the southeast region is Minas Gerais, known by its cuisine. In the northeast region, you can find a lot of beautiful beaches. The weather is very hot at most part of the year. The most known cities in this region are Salvador and Recife. In Salvador, you can find Pelourinho and La Serra Elevator. Recife and Olinda are known by their carnival, where people party and have a lot of fun among the historical buildings. Another city in the northeast region is João Pessoa, the second greenest capital of the world, losing only to Paris. As you can see, a lot of cultures mixed to give birth to Brazilian culture. The differences are also present in the appearance of our people. You can define a stereotype for Brazilians, because all look different from each other.